Hello, and welcome to part 2 of Personal Growth. I am your host, Dynamic Daphne, or Daphne Clarke-Hudson, and I'm excited that you have turned the dial to listen to us again. In this episode, we will be discussing awareness. Awareness. In the first episode, we spoke about intentional growth. And here we are going to be talking and addressing awareness. No one can produce great things who is not thoroughly sincere in dealing with him or herself. You must know who you are in order to be fully aware. And in addition to that, you must accept who you are. You must accept your flaws, knowing that here is an area that I need to brush up. You look at it like your house. There are a lot of times we look and we say, oh, the spring is coming and the house needs a coat of paint. You know, we look about changing the color of the kitchen, the bathroom. Yet our personal lives, we always leave it hanging. So I'm here to encourage you, be aware of the areas of your personal life that needs your attention. All right? Do you have a sense of direction? Where do you want to go in life? Only you know. I know that there are many people in this world who are living the dreams of their parents or other people. You know, their spouse tells them that they need to do X, Y, Z, and they go gung-ho into doing that, yet that's not what they want to do for themselves. Be fully aware about what it is that you need for yourself. There are 3 types of people in this world. People who don't know what they would like to do. These people are oftentimes confused. They lack a strong sense of purpose. They don't they don't possess a sense of direction for their lives. If they are growing, they are unfocused about it. They dabble, they drift, they can't reach their potential because they have no idea in this world where they want to go. The second category, people who know what they would like to do but don't do it. These people are usually frustrated. Every day they experience the gap between where they are and where they want to be. Sometimes they are doing what they want because they worry that it will cause them to neglect other responsibilities, such as providing for their families. Sometimes they aren't willing to pay the price to learn, grow, and move closer to where they want to be. Other times, fear prevents them from changing course to pursue their passion, no matter what the reason. They too miss their potential. Is that person you? Only you know whether or not that applies to you. The third category is people who know what they would like to do and do it. The third kind of people know themselves, possess a strong sense of passion or focus and purpose, grow in areas that help them move closer to their purpose, and do what they were created to do. The word that best describes them is fulfilling. And these are oftentimes people that are referred to as go-getters, movers and shakers. These are the category of people that you oftentimes hear people refer to that they are lucky. Trust me, there's no luck. Luck is us committing to that which we were created for and called to be. How to find your passion and purpose. A psychiatrist, Nathaniel Barden, asserts the first step towards change is our awareness. The second step is acceptance. If you want to change and grow, then you must know yourself and accept who you are before you can start building. Here are 10 questions to help you start working through that process. Here is another quote for you. The first step towards change is awareness. The second step is acceptance. The first, do you like what you're doing now? And when you think about whether you like it or not, don't think about what money you're making from it. When you wake up in the mornings, do you have a pep in your step to go out there no matter what is happening? I got to go, you must go. Do you get that kind of a feeling? The second one is, what would you like to do? If you are not happy with what you're doing, you should have an idea of what it is you would like to do. Take the time to jot that down. Get some help in identifying where you can start to work on that area that you would like to be. There is a saying that Rome was not built in a day. And it's the same thing with our lives. Our success will not come in one day, but we must be consistent in working on that. And you're probably saying, consistent? One way to build your consistency is to be aware of the direction that you want to go. Can you do what you would like to do? Or do you need to improve some areas of your life in order to work on that task? No one is saying you cannot do it. However, there probably are certain steps that you must take in order to accomplish that goal. Remember, no one has it made. We are all a work in progress. And so long as we put the effort in, there's a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I know from personal experience too that a lot of times the teacher is always there knocking on our doors and we refuse to open the door to let the teacher in. So don't be one of those persons that the teacher is knocking and you are so focused on fear that you are not letting the teacher in. Do you know the difference between what you want and what you are good at? You know, a lot of times I tell my clients and people I work with that it's right under our noses what we were born to do. But we are always looking that it needs to be something complicated and something grand. A lot of times it's not that grand until we start working on it. It's just like they're staring us in the face and say, when you going to do something with me? I'm sitting here for 30 years. When are you going to start doing something? And the minute you step out there, it's like it just step off. A lot of times, people who are around us can help us to become aware of what we are good at. You know, people will say, oh, you know, John makes the best this, the best that. Sophie does the best this, the best that. Listen to what they are telling you, because what they are telling you is tied into what it is you are supposed to do. You got to walk around every day with your awareness antenna extended, because this way you will pick up all the frequencies around you that is connected to what it is that you need to be doing. So be fully aware, be fully alert. Do you know what drives you and what gives you satisfaction? All of us know that. Do not be afraid to express yourself and have fun. Know that it's only one you. So express yourself. Be aware of your feelings. Your emotions, they are yours. They are intimately connected to you. So pay attention to them and be fully aware. Do you know what your values and priorities are, and what your organizational values and priorities are? Each and every one of us, we were born into a certain culture and a certain environment and one family. We didn't have a choice of the family we were born into. And as we grow up and develop in life, we adopt the values of the family, the morals of the families, the environment, the community, and the different organizations that we are a part of. However, we as an individual have our own independent values, morals, and priorities. And a lot of times we allow those from other people to overlap and overshadow us, and we completely forget who we are. Completely and totally forget who we are. You know what happens in situations like those? Then the blame game starts going around and people start to point fingers. It's because of this person and that person and the other person why I did not accomplish. No, it's about you and your awareness. You are afraid, you are reluctant in being aware, in staying in touch with the things that applies to you individually. Do you know why you want to do what you like to do? There got to be a reason. And this is where your journaling comes in. Write these things down. I like to speak. I like to work with people. Why? I love to see the smile on their faces. I like to make a difference in their lives. I love to listen when people talk to me. I'm not quick to give advice because I know I'm anointed with the gift of listening. So I will listen with intention. I'll pick out what they're saying to me and all the in-betweens that I hear. And when I'm through listening to them, I'll ask for their permission to give them a feedback of what I hear, what I heard them say. this is what I heard you say. Then they will tell me, was that their intention? What they wanted me to say. Then I get them to be engaged in a dialogue, because I'm not there to give them advice, but I'm there to brainstorm with them to help them to understand the path that they are to take. Because what I have found out is that people who tend to give advice always get blamed. You always got to ask thought-provoking question that gets the person that you're in the conversation with to think, was that what I intended to say? Oh, you know, now that you have said XYZ, I thought of something else. Instead of saying, oh, I think you should do XYZ. Really and truly, it's not your place to be giving advice, because it's not your life. You know, they say never judge a book by its cover. A lot of times the front that you're seeing is not the depth of what the person is going through. Until you begin to peel the onion back, layer by layer by layer, you're not going to get to the truth. So, each of us, whether we are in a conversation with somebody, or the person who is in the conversation with us, we both need to have our awareness antenna fully extended. Because this way, we will not go down the wrong path. And I tell you, if you are not someone to try this, I want you to try this. Don't be so quick to give advice, but be quick to listen and be quick to ask questions. So why do you think you should do such and such? Oh, really? And what else? And what else? And what else? The next thing, do you know what to do so you can do what you want to do? Do not be afraid to step out. Do not be afraid to fall. You know, I always think of this story of the eagle. Before the eagle learned to fly, what the mother eagle does, they keep pushing them out, pushing them out, pushing them out, but they never get to hurt themselves. If they realized that they weren't going to fly, they pick them up until what happened one day, when they push them, they just soar off away and they fly. And it's the same way with us. Just be aware of your intentions and where it is you want to go. Do not be afraid to step out and do it. Because if you do not start, you cannot progress. You definitely can't. Everybody's sitting in their comfy little chairs and they don't want to make a difference. I don't want to fail. I don't want to do anything. I'm waiting and waiting. And before you know it, you exit out of here and all of your greatness went to the graveyard with you. So be bold, be courageous. Be patient with yourself as you work through the process. The process is a must, so you go through it. Some of us go through rougher process than others. You know, you can look on the diamonds or look on the gemstones that we go in the jewelry store and we pay so much for them. But if we look on the process that they go through, that's why we have to pay so much for them. And it's the same thing with our life. So just be aware. Take action when action is needed. Don't be a procrastinator. Knows an opportunity when one comes before you. Again, when we walk around and have our antennas up, we don't miss any opportunities. And every opportunity might not be for you. However, you need to seek out to see whether it lines up. It's a match with what it is that you are doing. You cannot win if you do not begin. The people who get ahead in the world are the ones who look for circumstances that they want. And if they can't find them, they create them. So, your purpose and calling in life might not be something else that's happened. That might be something that you have to create or invent. But the only way you're going to know that is if you are fully aware and you are willing to take action. The next thing we want to do is to be accountable. Each and every one of us needs to find someone who will hold us accountable. And this is where coaches and mentors come in. People who will not just tell us what we want to hear, but what we need to hear. They hold us accountable. Attraction. What they say, success attracts success. So if you are a person who is aware and alert, you're going to attract those type of people around you. So be aware of all of that and be sure that you are keeping company with the right people. What they say, water seeks its own level. Do you know people who do what you would like to do? Everybody is willing to share, and everyone is willing to help you to become better. So, here are some pointers in what you need to do in order to maintain your awareness. Get committed to what it is you need to do. Be consistent. Be creative. Have fun with the process. Be purposeful. Be reflective. And again, be grateful. Whatever stage you're at, be grateful for that stage. Again, I remind you that Rome was not built in a day, right? Should you do what you like to do with them? Yes, there is always room for improvement. So, I know that there is a lady I was speaking with a few weeks ago, and I got to be careful how I say this because she didn't tell me to share it. However, I was invited to be somewhere, and she was also supposed to be at that place. And she called me to let me know she was not going to be at the place. And the reason she gave me that she was not going to be at the place is because what she does, somebody else who was going to be at that certain place is getting ready to do the same thing. And she called me at 5:30 in the morning to let me know that someone had shared with her that someone was getting ready to do what she was doing. And I listened and I said to her, and? She said, what I mean, and? Oh, I was the first person that started this. And I said to her, are you the only one in the world that's doing this? I said, do you think she can do what you're doing? I said, if you're operating in your calling and your purpose and your uniqueness and your authenticity, I see no reason why you should be so fearful about somebody stepping out and doing what it is that they're supposed to do. And she did not turn up. And it concerns me that someone would be so fearful and to be so threatened that someone else is stepping out to do what they think that they were called to do. Will you pay the price to do what you want to do? Remember, I told you it's a commitment. Sleet, sun, rain, snow. You got to be committed to going out there to do it. Even when you do not get any support, you must go out there and do it. If there were ever a time to dare, to make a difference, to embark on something worth doing, it is now. Not for any grand cause necessarily, but for something that tugs at your heart, something that's your aspiration, something that's your dream. You owe it to yourself to make your days here count. Have fun, dig deep, stretch. Dream big. Know through that thing worth doing seldom come easy. There will be good days. There will be bad days. There will be times when you want to turn around and pack it up and call it quits. Those times tell you that you are pushing yourself, that you are not afraid to learn by trying. I'm here to encourage you to continue to press in. When you can start doing what you'd like to do, it encourages you. You get up and it's like learning to walk one step at a time. One step at a time. I learned to ride a bicycle at age 64. I've never rode a bicycle as a child. I was living in Jamaica. I was poor. I didn't have any bicycles. And I wanted to learn, and I go there and learn. And it's the same thing with your goals. Just be aware of what it is you want to do and apply these steps to your life. You will be amazed to see the transformation in your life. And don't be afraid to share the journey that it took you. Know that only you can prevent yourself. I'll see you in episode 3.